How are you doing today, Javi?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I did some adulting today. Went to the grocery store.
Nice.
It always feels like an accomplishment going to the grocery store and just being able to buy whatever I want. Like there was definitely a time in my life where that was not the case.
That's
Um,
true.
I have um like a thing about groceries that amongst my friends that I'm just like because I always shop at Kroger because that's the most popular grocery store here in Tennessee. And they got the deals, and I've got like the discount card, and like give you discounts on gas because they also have gas pumps, but they also have Publix up here, and Publix is pretty nice. So
Ooh,
I'm
you guys
always
got
like,
Publix now?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I got one right next to my house. So like before I had the job that I have now, like back when I was doing other stuff and we were touring, it's like one day, you've made it when you've got Publix money, when you can go and get your groceries at Publix. And so like I got my new job, and I told my friend, or like I went grocery shopping, and I came back with all Publix bags, and it's like, yeah, I got Publix money now.
That's weird to me because, like, growing up in Florida, Publix is like the grocery store. So,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just, and it's not like you're paying Trader Joe's prices or
no.
anything,
It's not like Whole
but
Foods money. If I if I start
yeah,
going to Whole Foods for like my normal staples like bread and flour and stuff, like then you've made it, really.
right. I mean, but Publix is more expensive than Kroger, or you don't get the same kind of discounts as the thing. I don't know,
Mm.
or they're pretty close in price, but it's just definitely a nicer grocery store for sure.
Oh, Publix is definitely nice. Hi to John Doe. Hi to Todd. Hi to Linux Archer. Oh, Doolin is in the house with a new name. Okay, nice.
I'm in the process of making it live on
We're
YouTube.
yeah, we're gonna be
Sorry.
live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch, on Facebook. Thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna be doing this week, this Wednesday, and next Wednesday. Unfortunately, old Josh is busy studying for finals, so he's not joining us today. But that's all right because you got us three. Hi,
Yeah.
Hey.
hi to Manuel or Manuel. Manuel. Hmm.
I think it's Manuel.
Manuel. Okay.
Manuel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pain.
I gotta
Javi
turn
should know,
my
even though
stuff.
Javi's not very good at Spanish.
Do you
That's
guys
not true, Steve.
You getting better?
Of course.
You getting
Every
better? You've been
day.
studying.
I've uh I've graduated to emergencies only. If I need it, I can do it.
Have you surpassed your sister, or is she still better than you?
She's never been spoke Spanish at all, really.
Really?
She
I
just
thought she was fluent, like your parents.
no, she's not.
Oh,
She's
so
never
both
been.
of you
She just
failed your
copies
parents.
she just copies what her friends say.
Okay. So
Hmm.
really, both of you are disappointments to your parents.
No, that's not true, Steve.
I
Just my
remember your
sister.
parents were making fun of your parent when we were staying with your family. They were making fun of you for not speaking Spanish. They're like, "Oh, Javi, he didn't study or whatever, blah blah blah." And
Yeah, my parent.
they were asking you how yours was or something. They were asking you to say stuff, and it
see
was when you were doing Duolingo on tour.
see when you get put on the spot, it's different than when you
Hmm.
need it, you know?
Right.
It's
Yeah. If
like
somebody were to ask me right now, like what Spanish words I could say, I could probably think of two. But then, yeah, like when I was at the little taqueria next to my house, the lady there, she doesn't speak barely English at all. So I was mostly pointing, but I I was able at spur of the moment, somehow my brain was able to go back to high school Spanish and like at least give her the thank yous and how many and like say the food in sort of a Spanish way. But like right now I couldn't say it if I
Dos
tried.
tacos, por favor. Is that what you're? I feel like
Yeah, basically. And
that's just Steve's extent of his Spanish.
yeah, the graciases, the de nadas, and
Yeah,
those kind
day
of things.
nada, killing me.
Day nada.
Arrivederci.
Day nada. Um. Uh,
Buongiorno.
I was so good at Spanish in middle school and high school. I actually graduated with honors in it. I feel like I've maybe mentioned that before, but I got to wear like a special little sash in high school graduation. I took like 2 years of Spanish. I was like the number one student.
Were you in the club?
I think so. I might have been, but I was able to take Spanish in Florida, and I had an amazing teacher. And like she basically taught the class basically in Spanish, and I'd be like, how do you say this in Spanish? How do you say this? So she was great. But that was, high school was a long time ago. So I kind of like keep it on the DL. The same thing with German. Like I took 2 years of German in college, like right before I went to Germany. And then when I was over there, I was like, blah, and now I don't know.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
9. Yeah, I don't know. I knew I navigated my way around. I went to Europe. I went to well, most everybody over there speaks English, which is kind of nice, but it's crazy. There's anyone who speaks 2 languages is way smarter than Americans. Like I wish that they taught us languages, like 2 languages, in our school systems, like at an earlier age, because I know they do that in Europe. Like you learn your home language and then you pretty much learn English, Spanish. Like there's so many people out there that speak multiple languages. Probably some of our fans who are watching. It just
I
makes
think the
me feel.
biggest hurdle though is with a language, it's really hard to retain it if you're not using it regularly.
Mm,
And the difference
mm-hmm.
is in a lot of countries, it's like English is spoken worldwide. So almost every country, people are speaking English around them all the time, but then they also sort of speak in and retain their native tongue. Whereas like here in the United States, we're like a melting pot and there's tons of different languages, but there's not like, it's not like you've got English and then one other widely, you know, it all depends on where you are in the United States and what state. I mean, you could say probably Spanish would be the most spoken language here outside of English, but it's like, there's people here that speak multiple languages. So if you were to learn another, it's almost like as a country you'd have to pick one secondary language.
Well,
Where
some
it's like the other
countries
countries,
do
it's like
have that.
German and English. Those are the two,
I
and
think in
everybody knows that.
In other
I think
countries, they have like multiple national languages.
yeah,
Right.
and like in North America, I remember looking this up at some point. It's like the top four languages spoken are like English, Spanish, French, and surprisingly, I think it's like Chinese or something,
Mm.
which is really
In
weird
America or worldwide?
in America, like
Yeah.
North America,
Oh, okay. North America. Yeah, obviously. South America, there's going to be all kinds
because
of
like because
languages.
like around Canada, it's more you're leaning towards like French,
Mm-hmm.
and then around Mexico, obviously Spanish, and then I'm guessing like the West Coast would be like the Chinese kind of stuff because it's closer to China.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
there's like Chinatowns in like every major city, and
right.
a lot of those people like they don't ever really learn English. Like if you've been to Chinatown in New York City, like everything's in Mandarin or some other dialect or some other language from China, and it's just like that, and you know everything's written in that. It's a really fun place to go, and I would love to visit. Like, I would love to visit Japan someday. I know that's not
Oh yeah.
China, but I think that would be rad.
I started learning a little bit of Japanese, and like I think it's probably the easiest out of like Chinese, Korean, like that's really hard. Japanese is not so hard.
But their alphabet is like symbols, right? Too.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know if it's like the characters are like easier. Like cuz Korean it's like zeros and like it's almost like reading binary code. It's like
Mm-hmm.
zeros and ones. And then Chinese are like just crazy, just it's like too much.
Which language is written the other way, like left or sorry, right,
Right to left.
right to left? Isn't like that Mandarin or is that Japanese or isn't it there a language is written like up and down?
I think that's Chinese or
Yeah,
Mandarin, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, that's written like backwards. It's so languages are so fascinating. I applaud anybody who speaks multiple languages.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always jealous of anybody who's even just bilingual or remotely.
Oh,
Um,
speaking of Europe, this is gonna go to a lighter topic, but Natty asked if this is um, do you reckon American Pizza Hut is better than the UK Pizza Hut? I have heard like other like I know European countries they like ban a lot of this stuff that we use in America, like the GMOs and the like fillers and the alternative like stuff that we put in our food. So I would reckon that UK Pizza Hut pizza would be better. Like it would be probably healthy for
right.
you, but like I guarantee you the American one probably tastes better because it's full of all the fake shit.
Yeah, when I was in France, that's was something my brother was saying because they have McDonald's there and Burger King. Like these chains are everywhere,
Yeah.
and they're similar menus. They'll have like some differences. Like the Burger King in France sells beer, and there's a couple different items. But that's what my brother was saying is that like even though it's fast food, a lot of the produce used and stuff is like locally sourced or like
Yeah.
it's not you know it doesn't have pesticide free or
Yeah.
whatever. The breads are different. So I don't know. I didn't taste it because I was just like, I'm in France, I'm not getting McDonald's. I'm going somewhere
When I was in
French.
when I was in Munich, I went to McDonald's. Well, you have to. Like, you didn't go at all. You weren't curious
No,
to be like, "Bro, French McDonald's," and like that's awesome. I would 100% do it. I think it's so fascinating.
I think I was curious. I just like, I don't know, it's like whenever I travel I just want to go to the local places. So but the other thing was, I remember in France, I remember getting hangry a lot because in France it's different than here, and there's a period of the day where all restaurants close down, and it's from like either 2 o'clock to 5 or 6 o'clock. It's something like that. In the middle of the afternoon, every restaurant closes down, and the only things that are like open are like your bakery, like pastry shops, like that sell like as cliche as it sounds, but like baguettes and like danishes and coffee and stuff. And the only thing that's remotely not like a sweet is they have like little French bread pizza things that they sell. But so like while I was there, we would get so wrapped up in doing touristy things and like um going to see the catacombs or something. You're waiting in line or you're doing a lot of walking trying to get to these places that you know you lose track of time, and then we're like, oh, we should get lunch, and it's like 2:30 and everything's closed except for those places. And so there was a few days where I was just like, I swear to God, I cannot eat another French bread pizza or Danish. Like, I'm so sick of this. I'm hungry. I just want normal food is what I want. But you couldn't do it. It's like, okay, let's just go get a snack and like try to hold off until dinner when everything opens back up.
You should have read the manual, the like tourist guide before you went.
Yeah. Well, I didn't need a guide. I had my brother there and his now wife. Like
She's
she
from
was
France, right?
no, she's from South
Oh,
Africa.
okay.
But they met in France teaching at the
That's so
school.
cool. Spencer is such a cool dude.
Yeah, yeah, he is pretty cool. And yeah, living in South Africa and being a volunteer forest firefighter and doing stuff like that.
He's just a cool dude.
But yeah, my point being is like I didn't need to learn French. I didn't need to read any manuals because he's here. He's telling me what to do and communicate with everybody. And but before I went, I think you guys remember because like when Javi was doing his Spanish lessons on Duolingo, I also had it, and I was trying to learn French, and I did learn enough. I think before I was getting pretty good at it because it is very similar to Spanish. It's a romantic language, and um, so I
Mm-hmm.
learned it enough. I got pretty good with it that when I went there, like the first day I landed in Paris, I had to find my own way to Avignon to meet my brother, and so I was able to kind of like communicate with people and navigate. But yeah, after that trip, like coming back here, I don't know anybody that speaks French, so I haven't said a
It's
word
like
of
right out.
French.
It's like right out. Say something in French.
Uh, see, now you're putting me on the spot. It's like
So you
Dude.
say, like, say I'm the cab driver,
I, I don't know.
and
I
you're
know
like,
les chats,
"Le chat, the cat."
just the cat.
Isn't that uh, in Portuguese? Sha is tea. I was like,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
like I know that word.
sounds similar
there's a
to
lot of people that speak
I.
Portuguese in Rhode Island. It a huge Portuguese population here. It's really kind of strange. Like you would never know until you came here, or like the Fall River, New Bedford area in Massachusetts. It's very like heavily Portuguese. It has to do with the old whaling routes and you know,
Hmm.
then something that happened in the Azores, a bunch of people got displaced, so like JFK let them like come here like refugees almost um after like a volcano or something like that. So it's really cool, like these families, and like so there's that people here do not speak one word of English. Pedro is on Facebook and he's Portuguese. Yay.
Hey.
So my
Well,
husband's
here's the
family is
French everybody knows is oui, no, and omelette du fromage. Everyone knows that.
is that mean something about cheese?
Yeah, it's omelet with cheese. That was from Dexter's Laboratory. He used to always say that.
Awesome. Oh, Pedro's in the Azores. That's amazing. I would love to visit. I've heard so many amazing things. Um, we've got family who's like lots of family and friends who like they have family that still live there in the Azores. So would love to visit. My husband's family is like, I mean, his DNA test was like 50%, Azorean Portuguese, and I think it's on his mom's side, and so yeah, that's where they're kind of like from. It's kind of like fun.
Yeah. Are you gonna ever visit there? You
Oh,
think?
we want to like bad. Like I'm sure, and it's pretty easy to get there. Like Providence literally has a direct flight to the Azores. It's that like big. There's people who do it like every month that go back to the Azores. Like it's like no big deal to go there.
Ricky says he's waiting to be let in.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh shit. Here to talk some
Give him
shit.
let him marinate for another 5 minutes.
Sorry, Ricky. So I mean, I don't know. That was actually kind of like a fun little catch up. Like, I just admitted him. Where is he? Oh, here he is.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey.
What's up?
We can't hear
No.
you.
Oh, we
Double
can't.
muted. Forgot. I was
There
double
we go.
muted. Sorry.
Oh
there
no,
we go.
this is like a Zoom meeting. You're on mute.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have a microphone over to the left, and I muted that, and I was muted in Zoom. I muted one, but not the other.
So
And look at your back. You've got it all blurred in the background.
professional.
Yeah,
That's
I
very
do.
fancy.
I'm on my work laptop, and we do business meetings, so I blur the background, but I can unblur it because there's a Christmas tree in the background.
Yeah, we want to see
Oh,
your
awesome.
tree.
Yeah. Yay. Oh, that looks
There we go.
awesome. So cute.
I know where.
Yeah.
No, We know where you live now.
No, you do.
All right, Ricky, you got to introduce yourself for everyone who doesn't know.
I am one of Steve and Toby's best friends. We
Whoa,
grew
whoa,
up together.
whoa. I
Okay,
never said
it's a
that.
stretch. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm in love with you. But anyways,
Ah!
so I am. I grew up with Steven. We've been roommates for quite a while. We were roommates in Tampa. We were roommates in Tennessee. I left Tennessee a couple years ago. Now I'm back in Tampa. Um, I'm just gonna go through the whole thing. I'm married. I have a kid. I have a master's in psychology. I wrote a book. So I'm all over the place. So
You wrote a book, dude? I didn't know
I
that.
did. Yeah,
It's coming out next summer.
yeah, it's coming out next summer.
What's the title of the book? What's it about?
It's Radius. It's a post-apocalyptic, and basically it's a lot of myths mixed in there with religion as well. So it's pretty unique. I'm excited for y'all to read it. It's gonna be really fun.
Oh yeah, we'll read it. That sounds awesome. That's right up our alley. It's
Yeah.
fiction?
Yeah. Mhm.
Awesome. Sounds cool.
I was telling Ricky that he needs an Audible version, and I was like, you should hire TJ to do the narration.
Hey.
Because
Yeah,
TJ was
I
talking
heard
about
that
doing other.
There
like-
are female points of views in that, so you definitely could. I know that typically when you do an audiobook, that you do, like, if there's a male perspective, there's usually a male narrator, and then vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked into audio, like how I could do audiobooks or something like that for a living, and I just got really intimidated by it because
Some of them are good out there. They're like they submerge you into the reality there. It's like it's insane. Like there's a couple of books that I would say have the best narrators. If you ever listen to a song of Ice and Fire, or everybody knows as Game of Thrones, his name is Roy Dotrice. He's like 75 to 80 years old. He is a Shakespearean actor. When he did the audiobooks for that, he was so freaking good. It was like when you listen to somebody else besides Roy Dotrice, you're like, just can't compare. He's just really good. But yeah, I mean, some go all out and they just act the part. It's really cool.
That's intimidating to me. I'm like, I didn't want to be an actress. Like, I want to narrate like textbooks or something.
Textbooks?
Like travel guides, shit like that. I don't know. I guess they don't really have audiobooks for stuff like that, but I was like, I thought I could just read something and like be done with it because I have like a pleasant voice.
Listen, you want people to. What happens is the better you get at it, you get hired by more. Like, oh, she's really good. She submerges me, so you become well known. Like I said, I know Roy Dotrice. Like other than that book narration, I wouldn't know him at all. Same thing like The Wheel of Time. I read that too as well. And Kate Redding and Michael Kramer, they do an excellent job, and they've done other books as well. So it's like they make a name for themselves in the audiobook world.
For the fans as well, for those of you who join us regularly on these chats, you also might know Ricky as
no, don't tell them. Don't tell them.
The King Troll. The King Troll in our group. That's talking all the smack all the time.
Yeah, that's me. It's harder to talk trash when I'm looking at you. So
hey, maybe I'll be nice.
Y'all be nice.
No, we
especially
live for
Javi. Javi, I'm always like, Javi's high all the time. Yeah, it's like Javi's definitely high because he'll go on these tangents because the way he goes on tangents always makes me think of a person that's high. When they go like, what if space is bigger than space?
You know, the first time that we did one of these, we got like all these, because they're public, we got all these people who like did not know who the fuck we were. And they were like, what is this stoner hour? Like they thought we were all stoned because we were just talking about nothing. And it's like, if you don't know our band or you don't give a shit, about, because we don't talk about the same thing every week. We talk about like movies, video games, like things like that. So every stream is a little bit different. Hopefully there's people out there enjoy them.
Some of the topics on there, I'm always like, no, you guys have the wrong answer. Change your. conform to my opinion.
That's
please.
why we came up with the I disagree button, the I disagree emote.
Oh, there's
on
one.
Twitch.
Where's the I disagree button? Is it?
It's on Twitch.
Is it this one?
Yeah, you have to be on Twitch.
Wait,
by the way, is anyone
there's-
saying anything about me?
There's a heart on
Now there's
your-
a heart on your
I
thing.
put that up there.
By the way, where is everybody on Twitch? There's like 2 people watching on Twitch. JT, Doolin. Where's everybody else? Come on, guys. Everyone's on YouTube tonight.
Yeah, YouTube's bumping tonight.
YouTube is bumping. It's like Club YouTube over there.
I can't see Facebook.
I do like YouTube. YouTube actually, a lot of the people I watch live are on YouTube. It's not that against Twitch. I don't know. I just like the format better. Yeah, that's just me. It's just me.
Yeah, I like Twitch.
Hey.
My baby escaped.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Would you guys want to see the baby?
Sure.
Always.
Hey,
We get to see Eli
bring the baby here for a second.
often.
Tommy Sportsball just left, and she was flirting with Tommy. She has a crush on him, just like she has a crush on you, Steve.
You know,
But
you
she's
need
coming.
to settle her down, Rickus.
I will. I know she's already boy crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Javi, your boy is getting big.
He is, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they grow
about
so
to-
fast, don't they?
It's crazy, man. He's about to be 2 on the 18th.
That's when it starts to all go downhill. Your freedoms get even worse. You're like they start to suffer.
Hi.
Wow.
Can you say hi? Up here. There you go.
Right
Hey,
there.
now you wave.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi, TJ. Can
So much hair.
you say hi, TJ? No,
No, she's just
Are you just gonna stare?
enamored by the computer. No.
she is. She's like, who are these people?
I'm
See,
glad.
there's-
I'm
Daddy.
glad that Kim like took her hair out of her face because she
Yeah.
low key looked like the little girl from The Ring.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Right? Am I thinking of the right movie? The one that crawls
Yeah.
up?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
am I
yeah.
thinking of The Grudge? No.
The Grudge.
Ooh. Can you say hi, TJ? Say hi. No, say it. No, okay, you're just gonna wave. Okay.
Hi.
All right. Mhm. All right.
We're
It's
getting
funny
a
to
lot
me
of
how much
she's
she
so
looks
cute
like-
comments.
Oh,
She
Say
looks
thank
just
you.
like Ricky.
She's famous.
I think she looks 100% like me. That's where all the cuteness comes from, right? Would you all agree?
Right. Definitely nothing from Kim.
Definitely nothing from Kim, all me.
Yes.
Why am I sleeping on the couch? I didn't do anything.
You are very much, you guys both very much have the same chin. Very cute.
Oh, now you say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, TJ. No, don't wait. Say TJ. Say TJ.
TJ.
There you go. Hi. Okay. Say, look, it's Uncle Steven. Say, Uncle Steven, hi. Okay.
She didn't remember me.
Yeah, okay.
She forgot
All right.
me already.
I
She
won't
doesn't
take up the stream
know
anymore. But
what's
what's
going
the
on.
Is there a topic tonight? I'm a very opinionated person.
We do. We usually like kind of catch up in the beginning, and then I think the topic was all like Christmas themes. So like
Ooh.
best and worst Christmas
Okay.
songs, best and worst Christmas movies, and then we had some from the fans. posted
Yeah.
some
Best
questions
Christmas
earlier.
tree decorations.
Ooh, okay. I got a lot of opinions about Christmas because it's my favorite holiday. As you see, I have a Christmas tree in the background. See, you're in my Zoom. So, where do we start? Or did you already catch up already? I'm sorry.
I think we're good on catching up. I put,
Okay.
Yeah.
I put this is kind of part of the catch up. I put all my Christmas decorations out yesterday, so I was a little late.
Ah,
I usually do it a little bit early, but I just did all my decorations. We have like our patrons have their own private Discord. We've been posting in that a lot more often. So I did post a picture in the Discord. So if you guys want to see my Christmas tree, join the Discord.
I have a question for everybody. When is it too soon to decorate for Christmas?
Before Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was already. See, I guess I breached it because my tree was up before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. too
Wow, you really love Christmas. What about you,
I do.
Javi?
Tomorrow is the earliest.
So December 9th, that is like your
December
day.
9th.
It's like
That's
the
the day
best
that-
day.
That's like official Christmas tree day.
Is December 9th?
Why?
Are you just
November
making that
9th?
up?
He is. It's got to be.
No, it's because I don't have mine up yet, so
It's just whenever
it gives me time to get it set up.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, my feeling is it's just like I understand like I love Christmas too, and it's nice having the lights and stuff, but I feel like, you know, every holiday needs its own moment, and when you're infringing on another holiday, you know, and overlapping, it's kind of like, you know, it's like my brother and my birthday are a week apart. So it's actually his birthday today. So, and
Oh,
Spencer
Spencer, if you're
and
watching, happy
Happy
birthday.
his
birthday.
wife, well, they're asleep right now. They're
Oh, wow. Okay,
seven,
well.
8
Well, the
hours
sentiment's
ahead.
there.
But yeah. He and his wife have their birthdays the same exact day, so it's both their birthdays today. But
Wow, that's so
growing up,
cute.
my brother and my birthdays are only a week apart. You know, so my mom made extra care though to like I got a birthday party, he got a birthday party, you know, and not do the like, oh, I'm just gonna clump yours together, because then it doesn't feel as special because it's like, oh, I'm having
I,
to share the attention. And so that's how I feel about holidays. Once you start encroaching on other holidays, then it's like Thanksgiving is like, I want my time. Like,
well, I disagree with you. The reason why is because Christmas, I don't know. For me, it's about the feeling. Things just feel nicer. People are nicer. I love the attitude of Christmas more than anything. It just has its own personality when it comes to just everybody. It's like when you like right now in December, just when you go outside, the sun is shining, the sky's a little brighter. It's just I don't know. That's why I love Christmas so much, and that's why I don't mind decorating. Because Christmas once December 1st hits, it's like 3 weeks. That's it. You have 3 weeks to celebrate, and then you're done. So that's
well,
why
don't you
I
leave
want a
it
whole
up till
month.
New Year's though? That gives you a week after Christmas.
Well, but then that's the sad part. When Christmas comes and goes, it's that dread, that oh, the you know how you had all that adrenaline or that excitement, and then it was good in the moment, but now it's passing. You just feel kind of bleak and gloomy. So I always feel
Mm-hmm.
gloomy at the day after Christmas because it's just that feeling is gone, and now I have to
It's
wait a
because
whole
you're
other year.
emo.
It's like
Rick,
Yeah.
back to
I
real life.
know I know you're telling the truth because normally my experiences being around you has been very like you're like trash talk and like and now that the Christmas tree's up behind you, you seem like
Yes.
such a nice,
See,
caring, loving person.
So true.
Christmas brings it out in me, man.
That's
For
great.
sure.
I think you should decorate whenever you feel like it's necessary to. I don't like the hard and fast rule of like after Thanksgiving I have to hold myself every year because I'd rather do it right when I'm excited about Christmas, not because then I ended up waiting like so my family's tradition was like after we ate Thanksgiving dinner, that was when we put up our
Right.
decorations.
And
That was
I don't
like
know. To be fair, I put mine out just a few days before Thanksgiving, and then we started decorating on Thanksgiving, like you. So it
mhm.
wasn't like it was like November 1st. It
That's
was
like, yeah,
yeah.
that's like the tradition. And I just cannot get my husband behind it. He's like, no, no. He won't even like bring the tree up from the basement or anything like that. Like I had to do all of that by myself yesterday. No shade to my husband. He's the best. And I think he's
Yeah.
listening at work right now, but like, like I lugged everything up myself. I decorated everything. And then I had everything done except for the ornaments on the tree. And I go, we're going to do ornaments on the tree together. And now I have to like he has to pencil me into his schedule because he's in two bands,
Oh wow.
going to college online and working full time. So like he's like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Let's do it right now tonight." And he's like, "No. Let's do it on
It's
Friday."
also
Like so I have
like
to
it
wait
depends on
3
the
days.
person. It hanging ornaments on the tree, I think depending on a person, like when I was young and a kid, we loved it. It was so much fun, and we had a tradition with my grandparents like um I think we decorated I think it was the weekend after Thanksgiving. We would go to my grandparents' house and decorate, and my grandpa would always make like waffles for dinner. Like we'd have like waffles and bacon, but we would decorate the tree and we get excited about my grandma would bring this big box, and it's like almost like opening gifts as a kid. You're like going through and you're opening the little boxes, and you're like, what ornament is in here? Oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna go hang it on the tree. But it's like the older and older I get, now the idea of decorating a tree just seems super tedious. And just like
Yes.
when I'm at my parents' house, I'm just like, I'm just gonna get loaded on eggnog and y'all decorate the tree.
See, I'm with Steven there. I like the idea of everybody coming together to do a thing, but I don't like to do the thing. So I'm with you 100% there. I don't decorate. I don't want to decorate. Just want to be in the room when you are doing it and talk.
Did you guys
So
argue with your siblings over who got to put up what ornament?
when I was
The
younger, yep,
star.
at the top of the tree
Oh,
was always the
dude.
thing.
No, the star or the angel. We had an angel.
We have an angel too.
That
yep.
was like the. I noticed you
dad
don't
thing.
have an angel. Oh, it was always dad. Like, not the kids could not touch the tree topper, probably because we would have broken it. But like, and also we had like glass ornaments and really delicate ornaments like you would never have now. Like all my ornaments now are plastic. As soon as you have a cat, as soon as you get a cat, you're like, well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm
Because
What's everybody's thoughts on tinsel?
Hate it.
and I have it like around my door frames and stuff, like the garland. But the tinsel itself, I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I think it's really bad for the environment, so I stopped using it a couple years ago. But it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so pretty on trees, and it's so,
Really,
like, gives it a vintage look.
My mom had a box of tinsel that she would save forever. It's like
How?
she always, yeah. I don't. She just you ever see my mom's? It's like a museum, and when Christmas, every inch of her house is decorated. So my love for Christmas comes from her. Every inch of her house is just decorating Christmas stuff. Like I was over there the other night, and it's awesome. I love it. It's a bit much. I don't know where she stores it, but half her storage in her attic is just nothing but Christmas stuff. So she used to save tinsel.
How
and
does
we would
she
throw it.
save it though? Does she like pick it off the tree piece by
Yes.
one piece?
So, right, she does. And
she
so
gets
what
a
it
real
was when I
tree?
was growing up, I would just take a thing of tinsel in my hand, just go blah, and then she'd go behind me and spread it out. But I was just doing it, trying to make it as ugly as possible.
Yeah, that's the thing about tinsel is it's got to be very evenly dispersed.
Right.
'Cause when you clump it, then it looks trashy.
You
But your mom's
sprinkle
house-
it like shredded cheese.
No,
That's
Yeah.
the method.
It's supposed to look like snow. But your mom's house sounds like my grandma's house. That's how she is. It's like
Yeah.
every single shelf, every single
Yes.
like
and it's
tabletop
awesome.
is covered
Yeah.
like with little miniature villages with mirror lakes and
And it's not very. And the reason why I
Cotton
like it is because
snow
there's just no other holiday. No one goes all out. Like 4th of July, you may put some Halloween. Some people do, but just Christmas just has a different feeling, man. It's just Halloween's fun. I love
there's a
Halloween
Christmas
too.
kitty or
But
Halloween
hey, Kitty.
Les chats.
But
Les chats.
wait,
like Shaw.
Les chats.
what are you saying?
We were talking about
The cat.
speaking French earlier.
What's Oh, you're speaking French. Okay. Kitty. Oh, he's like a midnight black. There you go.
Yeah, those eyes are glowing.
Yeah. But
Did
Yeah.
you guys hear that? Oh my god. She's so cranky. She's in heat because she's not
Oh,
fixed.
snap.
So she goes into heat every now and then, and the changing of the weather, she's just been all
are you in the Northeast?
yes.
Or was it Rhode Island or is it Mass?
Rhode Island.
Okay, the snows there are dreadful. How are you living up there?
It's not bad.
Really?
I lived in Wisconsin with my aunt for a couple winters and a couple Christmases together. It was
so you're-
way worse.
So okay,
So
so
this
you
is not bad.
you've seen snow. Okay, so this is not your first
No.
Northeastern state. Okay, gotcha.
No, no,
Or
no.
snowy state.
No, and I grew up in Kansas, so we had snow and
Okay.
shoveled and
Oh.
stuff like that. Like it snows a good amount in Kansas. But up here, like there's a couple blizzards. It's kind of fun. Like people prepare, the city's prepared. It's not like when it snows in Nashville and everything shuts down and it's ridiculous. Like one ice storm. Nobody owns an ice scraper. Like it's not like that here.
Like Tennessee, where it snows once and the whole state shuts down. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Right.
No, usually they plow in the middle of the night. That's the one thing that sucks. And I have street parking, so when it does snow, we have to move our cars to like a church parking lot, and then the plow comes through the parking lot, and guess where all the snow goes? Right on top of your car. So you
Love
just
it.
kind of get ready for it. Like if there's a big snow, you have to I literally will walk. It's like less than a block away, I go to this parking lot and I'm walking there with a fucking shovel, but so is everybody else. And you're just like 8 o'clock in the morning. The next morning, you're like shoveling it all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you have to get your car out by a certain time as well. They won't let you leave it there. So you have to move it for when it's snowing so the plows can plow the streets. And then it's like the police will literally drive around the neighborhood in a loudspeaker and be like, the parking ban is lifted. Go get your car. You have 1 hour to get your car, 1 hour to get your car. So you and everybody else in the neighborhood is just like shoveling, literally, like I'll take a shovel to my windshield. Like we've had some big snows, but it's pretty. I like snow. I'd rather have it be like that than the spitty, like gross sleet. Like,
yeah,
I'd rather just have it be like big fluffy snow. Give me give me a foot of snow, and then it's
make
all
a snowman.
Yeah. Cute snow.
And you're in a city, but it's not as bad as like what Sarah always hated being in Brooklyn is you get those heavy snows, but since it's such a high traffic city, all the snow turns black from like
it's gross.
And
It's
car
gross.
traffic.
Gross.
So you get these mounds of this brown, nasty black snow with trash and garbage like wrappers stuck in it. So it's not like the beautiful white Christmas you would imagine. Javi, I don't think we got your opinions on tinsel. Where does your family stand with
that? The important issues.
You have to know. Come on.
I'm gonna go feed Eleanor real quick.
All right.
I agree.
Really?
Yes.
To which part?
Both of them.
This to see Rickus. This is a Javi maneuver. Javi maneuver is to
he wasn't paying attention.
It's to deflect by not having a definitive answer. To like just leave
Javi,
it
come on.
up for debate.
Yeah, do you know what tinsel is? Let's water it down.
Completely honest, I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure. Is it the shiny stuff that's kind of like paper, but it's like shiny paper?
It's like string,
like plasticky or
string. It's like, like if you have like a pom-pom, if it was
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't like 100% sure.
Yeah,
I don't think
either
we really
silver or gold.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever like messed around with it. If we did, like it might have been like a couple of years, but I don't think it was like ever a huge thing.
Okay.
So yeah. We actually did Christmas, like a Thanksgiving / Christmas Dirty Santa on the same day. So that was kind of cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So
I like that. I'm going to say before we get back into Christmas stuff, because this is pretty much going to be a Christmas episode, I just wanted to mention to our fans, since they're nerds out there, I need to wait for TJ to get back so that she can appreciate it, because it goes off of the story that she told us last week. While we're waiting on TJ, what's everybody's family policy about gifts before Christmas? Do y'all get allowed one, or is it nothing?
I once in a while, like if they're like your term stocking stuffers, I'm not sure if that was just in my house or everywhere, but we would get like maybe a stocking stuffer that you can open up the night before. That was it. Yeah, but other than that, the magic was saved for Christmas Day.
Yeah, we didn't get any.
Are you guys talking about opening your presents early?
Yeah. What's your family's policy? Do you get like one like before Christmas, or is it all
never when we were kids, but now we do that because Jordan is really bad at waiting. But I'll also do that like if I visit my parents in Florida, we'll pick one small thing, or the person who gave it to you will pick it because they don't want you to open your big gift on Christmas Eve.
So you're saying you have less patience as an adult. Like as a child, you could wait.
Oh yeah, dude. Because as a child, like you knew that Santa was coming, so there was no. He's not gonna come early. Like in my.
Didn't you also get like there were Santa gifts, but then there was like gifts from relatives that you knew that weren't from Santa. Like your parents got you something, or your grandparents.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Santa?
No, our grandparents sent us packages, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think we just opened them whenever we got them in the mail. I don't think we like put them under the tree. I don't know. That wasn't part of the fantasy. I'd have to ask my parents, to be honest. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't believe in Santa for like ever, right? Like, I know about how old I was when I stopped, but that just wasn't the tradition. We would still just wait. I like traditions. I like waiting. I don't like opening up one present, but Jordan literally cannot function unless we open one up. And I'm like, I don't want you to open any up. And he's just like, he won't let it go.
And as adults, we tend to buy our own things throughout the year anyways. If we want something, we're going to get it.
It's
usually.
rough, right? It's rough to buy for adults.
Yeah, it is, because like they buy, if they're working and they have a job, more likely if they want an Xbox and they're going to get it in a month or two. That's just the thing. We're adults. We use adult money. We buy our things. As a kid, it was a lot different. And so, but yeah, I find it extremely hard to buy for adults, and it's much easier to buy for kids.
And plus, like, we all end up with fucking dumb stuff that just ends up in a landfill, like all those crappy $10 Target whatever thingies.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
you're absolutely right.
You know, nobody needs another blanket. Nobody needs another watch holder or like whatever. Like you said, everybody already has their own stuff as adults, so it's so wasteful. Like the last couple years I've been like, what do I do? Like, I don't want more crap. My apartment is full to the brim. I don't want to ask for anything else. So we just, like, for our wedding, we just ask for money. For Christmas, we usually just ask for money. We're just like, because we want to save up for the big things that we want to buy. I'm like, I know nobody's going to buy me the big thing that I want.
Right, exactly. So that's why the waiting for the next day, I might as well. Why not? So yeah, we buy.
We did a Secret Santa, and like, because the family was all in town up from Texas.
Yeah.
And for mine, my list was, I want a bottle of wine, socks and underwear, and like some Buc-ee's hot sauce. That was
funny.
And
you didn't ask for gold nuggets?
Bucky nuggets.
They brought them to me anyway.
Yay!
You lucky son
Hey,
of a
tell
bitch.
them that awesome. I want some. Mail some to me. Anybody in Texas, mail me some Bucky nugs.
I think I want to say that there's like a Buc-ee's opening up in Tennessee.
That's awesome.
There is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be awesome.
Another thing to add on to that, as you become an adult, you start asking for things that you would never ask for as a kid. Like now, I'm like, hey, get me this shirt, because like I don't want to spend money on clothes. So it becomes like now restocking my wardrobe.
Get me a 401k for
yeah, right.
Give me a 401k.
Can you forgive my student loan?
Yeah, like I got the iPhone 13. I got the $1,000 item for myself already. I just need a shirt. Just give me a shirt.
Yeah.
My family has been asking me what I want, and I haven't said anything because I literally can't think of one thing. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's our family tradition. Well, how we did Santa was like, you know, because a lot of people, it's like, well, everything's coming from Santa. Like for my family, it was always like we'd put packages under the tree early. Like as my parents would buy stuff, they'd wrap them, put them under the tree, and so there was packages sitting under our tree like leading up to Christmas, which would get exciting because as you would see more and more gather, you'd get more hyped for it. But Santa, for us, Santa would come and give each of us one thing. It's like each of us got one thing from Santa because we'd write our list to Santa, and if we were good, Santa would pick one thing. And the thing about Santa gifts is the Santa gifts were never wrapped. So when we woke up in the morning and would go downstairs, there would just be this thing sitting there under the tree, because it's like Santa has the bag. He doesn't individually wrap. He's got the bag with all the stuff, and so he comes down your tree. He takes your thing out of the bag and just puts it under the tree. And so yeah, for us it was just
now as I get older, I think the idea of presents really becomes more. It's just for kids. And like I don't care if I get a gift for Christmas. I'm more of just hanging out. I want to eat food, watch
Yeah.
TV, like football game that's on, just
It
hang
is
out.
easier
Yeah,
because I have a much smaller family now,
yeah,
and then on my mom's side of the family, we for a long time have been just drawing names, so everybody just buys one gift
yeah.
for
That's
one
what we do
person.
now because you know I have a large family, 6 brothers and 2 sisters. So we, as we got older, and we started just drawing names because buying $20 gifts or like what TJ was saying, like generic gifts. Now we can buy something a little bit nicer because we just buy it for one person. Each person is going to get a nicer gift rather than just individually small gifts. And then we all
Right,
buy for the
exactly.
kids. Yeah.
I just
That's
don't.
That's what we did.
Oh, you guys drew names?
Yeah, because they came up for Thanksgiving and we just drew names and did.
I thought.
Yeah.
Dirty Santa. was that this year, Javi?
Yeah, this year.
Why has he got to be dirty?
What were you saying, TJ?
I just don't get anything for anyone. Like that way I don't have like because it will start adding up, and I have a small family as far as like my parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. Well, actually I have a lot of aunts and uncles on my mom's side, but it's not like we ever exchanged gifts with them or ever really saw them at Christmas. So I just kind of like, even I don't know, like at a certain point when you're an adult and your parents are grown, it's just like nobody's getting anything, like I'm sorry. Or, you know, for Christmas, that's different. Like we normally get people like a family gift or whatever. And like you said, something for the kids always.
Right.
And I'm big on now like consumable gifts or like experience gifts. So like
yes,
you're lost for an idea, like a Harry and David or just flowers. For like, you know, the women in your family, just like send them a thing of flowers. I know it's not cheap, but it's like, it's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
it's like,
that
it's not more crap for them sitting around their house. It's like, it's just flowers and you can just throw them away. But they made your table look really pretty and they made your house look really pretty. And you were thinking of them. Or like the food gifts. Like, oh, that stuff is so great.
Right.
That's that's perfect. And that's what my family did for my birthday. Because I pretty much at this point ignore my birthday. And so if I get anything, it's because my family's forcing it upon me. But my brother, he and his wife, they ordered me the crumble cookie that got delivered to the house. Awesome. But then my parents sent me a package, and it was the most amazing package ever. It's like this really nice. It was like a huge like breakfast sausage, a packet of like smoked bacon, a package of peppercorn bacon, and then this like thing of breakfast country ham that's like thin sliced and super salty. It was all like shrink wrap and packaged, like tons of it. So I had like all these breakfast meats, and like every day I've just been like, sometimes I'm like, even if I've got dinner food, I'm like, I'm also cooking up some of this breakfast sausage and eating it with the dinner food because the meats were so good. But yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciated that way more than like if they sent me like
for 2 years ago for my brother, I got him skydiving tickets. He literally said to me it was the best best experience he's ever had. It was so cathartic. He said I would never do it because I'm terrified of heights, but he loved it. He took it for his friend. They said they want to go again. And it was just the experience. Justin? Yeah, Justin. Said the experience is unlike anything he's ever done before, and I don't know how to top that because I got him again this year for drawing names. So but it's tough. So
what about scuba this time?
Send him to space.
Send him to space with Elon.
So Amy from Belgium wants to know what we are talking about. For anyone who's just joining, I know people go in and out of these. We're just talking about our Christmas like favorites, our traditions. Holy crap! A whole bunch of comments just blah, 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 all over the screen. That was really weird.
Is it like?
That's how you know you made it if you've been spammed.
No, it's not spam.
No? Okay.
It just was one of them was hung up, maybe Facebook or.
Yeah, a bunch of Facebook comments just like came in, but they're all
delayed.
Old. Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
And I literally just like the Amy comment just like went away. Like, what's happening? Ugh.
I'm sad about how dead Twitch is tonight.
Why? YouTube is just as good.
No, yeah. Well, there's no shade at our YouTube fans at all. We love all our fans. I'm just personally like Twitch, like building the Twitch.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're talking about Christmas favorites. Can we do like a rapid fire, like a speed round?
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas movie? Ricky, go.
A Christmas movie. Or Christmas Story. Excuse me. A Christmas Story. Sorry.
I was like,
I was like, yeah. I was like,
what's the
I
name
said
of
it
the movie?
wrong. A Christmas Story. Yeah.
Okay,
It's my
Javi,
favorite one.
favorite Christmas movie?
I'd have to probably go with Jingle All the Way.
Nice. Steve.
God, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, there are.
I'm gonna go with Christmas Vacation.
Nice. My favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas
Oh, nice.
with Bing
Can
Crosby.
I'm gonna do an honorable mention. It's a Wonderful Life is my second favorite Christmas movie.
Yes, very classic. All right,
Honorable
what?
mention Elf.
Oh, nobody said Elf. Sorry, Elf. You're no one's favorite.
Sorry, Elf.
I said honorable mention.
Honorable mention,
Actually,
Elf.
Both of the Home Alone movies are Christmas movies, aren't they?
That's true.
Yes.
Technically, they are.
Those are good too. I like
And
those.
also, Doolin said Die Hard. Y'all know I love Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die
That's-
Hard.
that's my honorable
That's on my
mention.
list. I like
is
that
a
one.
good Christmas movie.
Dolan, if you are a diehard fan, I don't know if you're a Marvel fan, but if you are, you should watch the Hawkeye series. on
Yes,
Disney
it's
Plus
definitely-
because it's kind of a diehard vibe. It takes
It's not.
place.
It's
during
not
Christmas.
kind of. It is.
Well, all those Marvel series on Disney Plus have kind of been spoofing genres and
Yeah.
things, and so this is definitely sort of a diehard.
And I love Marvel, so don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it. I mean, just it's a diehard vibe. That's all I'm saying.
So, Amy in the comments says Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas
Yes, that's a
Yes.
good one.
or The
That's a good one.
Grinch. And
Yes, Jim Carrey's Grinch.
she said, "Let's come
Yes.
on, let's be punk rock people." I think
Sorry, I can't help it.
I think they're disappointed with our traditional
just-
wholesome picks.
I know, but they're also good ones. So it's
Mine
like
wasn't that wholesome. Like a Christmas Vacation, it's got its
That's
like edgy moments.
Shitters full.
Shitters full. Yeah, exactly.
My son's going to bed.
Oh, bye,
Uh,
Eli. Good night.
Ooh, bye.
Hey, chubby cheeks.
He looks older than literally last week. Like,
Yeah,
dude.
he does. They changed. Sometimes babies can grow an inch in one night. It's insane.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's getting so big. I'm like,
Yeah.
He
I'm
looks
not gonna
just
be
like
able to-
you. He's got the
I'm not
same
gonna-
smirk.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna have to, Javi. You're gonna have to start working out so you can actually carry him.
oh no,
Avi, I'm telling you, once they start crossing the
have
2
been-
years, you're done.
I
The
have
freedoms are
been
going.
working out, and he's just growing so much. I'm like, I can't.
Do curls with him. Just
Yep.
hold him. And
I
just-
know.
much.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
He's
Good night,
very
buddy.
sweet. All right, so I want to know next rapid fire question: what Christmas movie do you absolutely
Oh.
abhor?
Oh.
Okay.
What Christmas movie comes on and you're like, "Fuck this movie! I'm turning it off. I hate it.
Okay,
Hate this
now
movie."
I gotta think about it because I know there are ones, but
Yeah, there are.
we've done things like this, like love hate stuff, and it's hard to remember the hate stuff because you
It's
don't
true.
think about it. It's like not
Mhm.
on your mind.
What was this? Rapid fire hate movies?
Like,
Well, there
yeah,
is
what
one-
Christmas movies do you hate?
You all should Google. There is one that I
Christmas
haven't
movie.
personally seen it, so I can't say for sure. But there is one that's getting so much hate. It has 100,000 dislikes. It's called Santa Inc. It's by Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman, and apparently it's one of the worst Christmas movies of all time. And I can't vouch for it. I just know it's getting a lot of hate. It's trending. And I thought it was pretty funny, but people are hating it. So I don't know. But I'm trying to think of one I hate, and I can't think of one I hate real.
I know they apparently did a sequel to A Christmas Story that got really bad reviews. I never saw it.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
true.
there's any Christmas movies that I can think of that I like. Just
Okay,
can't stand.
I'll say I don't like the Christmas Carol. And I think I don't like it because it's just been done so many times. Like there's been so many versions. There's like Muppets, there's the Jim Carrey one, there's the classic one, there's a cartoon one. There's just like everything has done a version of the Christmas Carol that I think nowadays every time I see it, like I'm just over it. it's like I know the story. I've seen 100 versions of it. I don't. So if any version of the Christmas Carol comes on, that's one that I just immediately like pass. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Trying to think. I can't think of one I like. Absolutely nothing comes to mind. Like I would never watch this. I did see Santa Claus 2, and it wasn't so great, but I don't hate it. So I'm just gonna put that one down because I can't think of anything I hate as far as
Like-
Christmas.
like if
I
it
will
was-
say, I used to work for Office Depot,
Yeah.
and every Christmas they have, like, they couldn't just play normal music. They had a select playlist that they were only licensed to play, and every Christmas they had a list of songs, and every time they came on, like, I just wanted to die.
Oh,
Get out of
there.
here.
I'll take it back. There. I just googled it because I had to look just to refresh my mind. I don't like the Christmas music in the clay animation. I can't stand clay animation. I don't.
You
Like
don't like
whenever it comes on,
Rudolph?
I don't like it.
Dude, that's one of
I
my
don't like Gumby.
all-time favorite.
I don't even like Gumby. I don't because there's something unsettling about clay animation to me. I just can't stand. So I turn it off. So there's that. I hate clay animation. So I'm all clay animation Christmas movies done.
Ricky,
Yes.
have you ever seen Wallace and Gromit?
Yes. Nope. Don't like it.
Oh my god,
I don't like clay animation. I just can't get
You can't.
to
You
it.
have to like.
so
So
good.
do you?
Mm.
I didn't. Did you guys watch the movies that made us on Netflix? Like they have
Yeah, I
a
love that
Christmas. They do
series.
one on Elf. And Elf.
Yeah, so good.
They were inspired by
Yeah.
the claymation Rudolph. Like, and I'm like, how did I not even notice this every time I watch the movie? But they like rip a lot from it almost to the point where they were like in trouble for it.
Yeah.
They had to like fight.
Lawsuits.
They had to fight to like even like make the movie. But
Well,
yeah,
even
that's one of
Buddy's
my all-time
costume
favorites.
Was too close. Buddy's
Yeah.
costume to green was too close to.
They had to like
Yeah, those classics. I mean, I don't think they necessarily hold up. They're not like, I mean, they hold up for children, not as an adult. I don't, it doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, I don't think they're bad. But I mean, I understand that it's an aesthetic thing that you don't like it for the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's just
there's certain
it
things
really
that I
is.
won't
Yeah.
watch.
I love now
just
watching it because it's
I
so.
don't like the aesthetic.
What
Like
about
a lot of
Nightmare
the
Before
Cartoon
Christmas?
Network, like Adult Swim cartoons, like I don't like how they're animated, so I just, don't even bother with them.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's clay animation.
It's the only one I can stand. But like the Gumby ones,
watching.
it's the Rudolph ones. For some reason, I just don't like the looks of them.
Coraline, did you watch that?
Yeah, I didn't watch. No,
Corpse
I didn't even
Bride?
try. Nope. Didn't watch Corpse Bride either.
Man, I'm trying to think of others that I hate. Well, one that I don't necessarily
There was
hate.
they made a
but
Christmas Story too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
mentioned that. I never seen it, so I'm just gonna
I
put it in
haven't
the hate
seen it.
column.
Yeah,
why-
like we don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Like
I
how
would-
they made like a second or Home Alone, whatever. There's like they just made a Home Alone franchise movie. Like those are pretty bad. I think Home Alone 3 was like one that I'm just like I don't want to watch this.
Yeah. There's
There's, like, new
I
little
think they're
kid in it.
rebooting it now too. I think like it's gonna be
Just no.
not canon. It's gonna be a whole nother reboot. I think I remember
Ugh.
reading that.
Just no. No reason to do so.
Oh man, my family, we watched last Christmas. We watched a terrible Christmas movie because we were trying to find just a Christmas movie to watch, something different. And I forget
Hallmark
if we-
Channel. They
No,
play
it
in
was
my
like on
movie.
Amazon or Netflix, but it basically could have been a Hallmark. It was the name of one of the reindeer that wasn't Rudolph. It was like Blitzen or something, and it was about this girl who like ice skates. She wants to ice skate, and she's like not very good. And this random reindeer, but like friends her and like want to
Wow.
Santa's because
That's an
it's like
older
an outcast.
Christmas movie. I've heard of that movie. I think it's,
It's
called
bad.
Prancer.
Yeah, the action's like
Prancer.
bad. The
It's been on the nose.
animation and it's pretty bad. But I would say for Christmas movies, for me, they're not so much that I like hate them or they're bad. It's more of like I'll get burnt out. Like, so someone, I won't mention their name, like would overwatch things, in my opinion, like watch things over and over and over. And so they'd be things that I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, but after like the 20th time of seeing it, it's like I don't want. And so one of them for like Christmas was Love Actually, like that's kind of a Christmas movie, right? Or
Oh,
it
that
takes
had
place
That's a
during
Christmas
Christmas.
movie.
Andrew
It's a Christmas
Andrew
movie.
Lincoln. That's Andrew Lincoln,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like it's a fine movie, and I never disliked it. It wasn't something that I loved or needed to see, but this person wanted to watch it all every year and sometimes multiple times a year. So it was something that I just got burnt out on. I was just like, I don't want to ever see this movie again.
I need to see it.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
It's not bad.
It's like
actually a rom
rom-com.
com. Yeah.
It's a rom-com Christmas movie.
It's got a lot of big stars in
fine.
it. It's
Yeah.
a decent plot, a good movie. I bet.
I
But
love that Bilbo Baggins, the guy who plays Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit, he's in it, and his character is he's like a stand-in for sex scenes in like a movie. Like
That's funny.
he's a stand-in for actors, and so that like he falls in love with the other stand-in like girl that.
it's a cute movie. It is cute. It is not like my favorite though. You know, it's one of those that like it is like that romantic comedy. I'd rather watch like last night I actually watched 2 Netflix Christmas movies while I was decorating the house, you know, so it's kind of on in the background. That's like a fun thing to do. I watched The Christmas Castle, which is this new with Brooke Shields and Casey Ells from Casey Ewells from The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carrie
Ells. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Why did I say Casey? Yeah, and he's like I didn't even recognize him because he's 60 now, and I'm just like,
He's
oh,
gained weight too. He's not as lanky as he used to be.
He doesn't look like the same person. I didn't even realize it until I Googled the movie, and I was like, oh, I know that name. So yeah, I mean, anyway, it was all right. Like it was cute, but like they're always so predictable. Like you know, from the second they meet cute that they're gonna like end up together. Like there's no
like
way that's
movie.
not happening.
On Netflix, they have a good movie called I think it's called The Claus. It has Kurt Russell as Santa Claus.
The Chronicles, the Christmas Chronicles.
The Chronicles. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah,
so
that was pretty good.
I will tell you guys, the first Christmas Chronicles, A+ across the board, amazing movie, cute, heartfelt. I cried, I laughed. It's great. But the second one, I did not like.
Is there a second one?
They made a second one, and it was a big deal. It came out last year. Goldie Hawn is in it because she makes a cameo as his wife.
Isn't she his wife in real life?
Yeah. And so she was in this movie, and it's not bad, but it's not rewatchable worthy. Like where the Christmas Chronicles could honestly become like a classic Christmas movie. It's that good.
I see.
Like the second one is just like absolutely, he's a cool Santa.
He is.
I like as far as like kind of rom-com-y Christmas movies. I always liked Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and.
Oh yeah,
that's a funny one.
Both their parents are separated, so they got to go to each individual parents like Christmas all in one thing instead of their Hawaii vacation.
Yeah, I remember now.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, there's another good Christmas movie that it's animation. So I like that. I like the idea of it. Was Arthur Christmas, where he's like the son of Santa Claus.
Frank Christmas.
Wait. Frank, I thought it was Arthur Christmas. It's like an animation.
Arthur, was that the Adam Sandler one?
It was a.
I thought you were talking about Fred Claus. My bad.
No, this is an animation one.
Because that was pretty funny. Oh, dude, is it Bad Grandpa?
Bad
Santa.
Bad Santa.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Actually a really funny movie.
Yeah.
There's one that I want to check out. I was on HBO, and it came up, and it was called 8-Bit Christmas, and they're saying it's supposed to be a Christmas classic because it takes place back in the early 90s, late 80s, and it's like when the first Nintendo came out and like the Power Glove, and it's like all these kids like wanting to get the new Nintendo system or something for Christmas. And so because at first I was like, is this a documentary or something about like Nintendo or whatever? But as the trailer was playing, it looks like it's like a Christmas movie.
I know what you're talking about. What's famous person is attached to that?
I have no idea. I just saw briefly saw the little trailer thing up on the HBO app. But speaking of Nintendo, I was going to mention earlier because TJ brought up Xbox and we have nerdy fans, but in response to TJ last week talked about her her day of Animal Crossing. So today I had a random day where like I woke up this morning and I was getting ready for work, but my job that I was going to do got pushed to tomorrow. So I ended up having today off. And so today was a treat yourself day for myself. And the Halo came out today, or the campaign. So I
Wow.
was like, I'm just gonna play Halo all day, but it didn't come out. It didn't go live until noon. So it's like, so all morning I played Resident Evil because we talked about Resident Evil last week, and I saw the movie over the weekend. And then once I could download Halos, so it was like I played Resident Evil till noon until the stream. I've just been playing the Halo. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
It's free on Game Pass. The multiplayer is free everywhere.
Right. Okay.
The campaign, and you have to buy if you don't have Game Pass.
Before I forget to ask, are you coming to Tampa for Christmas just for like a couple days or no?
Yeah, very short. Like I'm flying in the day before Christmas Eve, and I'm leaving the day after Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, keep in contact with me with that because I can exchange a gift with you. Because we already bought it.
For sure. I'm getting gifts for everybody except you.
Oh, okay.
So Kim
hey, Kim, we're returning Steven's gift.
Kim and Faith are getting a gift.
Okay. Well, he said he didn't get me one, so we have to rectify this.
So, I want to go back to some of the comments. So Amy asked if we actually made an original Christmas song. We have not made a Christmas song, but it would be cool to write a Christmas song.
I don't think Steven would want us to return it.
Oh, sorry, she doesn't.
That's okay. So I actually I told the guys I've been working on a new song, and it's actually I guess a Christmas song. So I think I'm gonna upload it to the Patreon. So if you want to hear my crappy demo of a song I just wrote the other day, I'm gonna put that on the Patreon for you guys next week. And if the guys like it, maybe we'll make it a real song. But yeah, I like Christmas songs. I think it'd be fun to write a new Christmas song. I actually really do enjoy some of the newer Christmas songs that are being written, by the team behind Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton and what's her name, Gwen Stefani had that new Christmas song. They had a whole Christmas album. It was so cute, and actually really good, just pop music. Also, Amy was like, you have, there's not that many viewers. It's too bad. You deserve it. I used to listen to your music a lot, then sort of didn't follow it anymore. But then a few days ago, they found an old MP3 and started listening again. So thank you for joining the zombie bandwagon again. We appreciate you. And we would love to play, I think it's Grows Rock or Grass Pop Festival. We would love to play festivals over there in Europe, and that's hopefully something that will be on the horizon for us. We're working on a new album, and when that's finished, we'll see how it's received, and we'll see what the future holds for us. But we love all of you guys, all of our patrons, all of you guys who supported us for all these years. If you we know that we've been a band for 10 years, so we know a lot of people listened to us 10 years ago, and that's a long time. So we have a lot of fans who are in middle school when they listen to us, and now they're grown-ups, and they're just oh yeah, this band. Oh, and I will pronounce it Groose Rock. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Groose,
this is where
Groose
I'll
Rock.
insert the ad.
The ad. Thank you, patrons. All we want for Christmas is more patrons.
Right. So yeah, maybe that will be the prize this month is the Christmas song.
I don't know. It's a rough
Javi
demo.
had something you were pulling together, I think. So maybe we'll draw for it next week.
Yeah, I thought about it, about doing maybe a little cover since Steve suggested
little Christmas cover. Yeah.
At first I was like, what? And then I thought about it and I was like, all right. That sounds
you like to do
cool.
that kind of stuff. That's a hobby thing. So
yeah, mine won't be well produced or anything. It's just a demo. I was gonna send it to you guys, but I'm scared. I'm embarrassed.
I would just get in front of the phone and be like, yo, well.
Speaking of the band doing a Christmas song, let's jump to topics to Christmas music, like and songs that we think are great or songs that we hate. Because I know a lot of people
Oh,
have
Ricky's gone.
aversion to
Listen,
Christmas
they're
music
gonna.
coming in early. Um, and so I want to
I.
start by saying one that's terrible, and it's Paul McCartney's Christmas song is god awful.
And so this is Christmas or the other one, Simply Having a Wonderful Time of Year?
Simply Having a Wonderful Time is one of the worst songs ever written.
Damn, those are like fighting words, my friend. That's a strong opinion.
Yes.
What do you have against Sir Paul McCartney's beautiful Christmas song?
Because it's not. It's cheesy. It's bad. That little like weird synthy thing that he has at the beginning. It's all around a bad song. And his producers and like people should have stopped him and just been like, we're not releasing this. Like, back to the drawing board. We appreciate your efforts. No, because that's one of the ones that every time it pops on in a store or something, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
The mood is right.
God, it's so bad.
Or whatever. Since I love it. I love Christmas music. I don't even care. Like, I love All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. What I don't like is anybody else singing that song. Like, I don't like when another artist tries to cover it. I'm like, no, don't.
What about Santa Baby? What are your feelings on that?
I love Santa Baby. But I don't like the corny early 2000s pop singer, like bland recordings of them. I like the vintage version of the song. Like the original
with the really
version.
high pitched voice, or sounds like
Yeah.
Javi, do you have a Christmas song that really grinds your gears?
Yeah, the Office Depot playlist is pretty much.
Feel like
I just
everything on
die.
it, you're like, I
Everything
hate it.
on it is the most like. It's not even like independent artists like trying to make it. It's like these are well-paid people that know music, and they're just like, man, I gotta write this bullshit song so I can get paid. Like that's the type of shit that's like so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have songs that I really enjoy. Um, Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson is probably one of my favorite Christmas songs because there's like a specific chord that just hits right, and I'm just like, God damn it, like that's so good. And then I Won't
song.
Be Home for Christmas by Blink-182 is a classic. Mm-hmm. And then I'm thinking about doing this cover. It's White Christmas.
I love White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was learning the chords today, and I was like, this is pretty nice. You know, it's pretty simple, and it's like, you know, but it's not too simple, if you know what I mean.
What about
I feel like vintage
Chestnuts on an Open Fire?
I feel like classic Christmas movie a lot of like classic songs, like songs that maybe were hit, because White Christmas, I don't know when it was written, but it's like it was probably written in like the 1920s or something. Like it's an old song, right? I think music sometimes is like deceptively more complicated because in this day and age, we're used to everything on the radio being 4 chords. And music was not used to be written that simplistically. It had, you know, tension and changes and modulations and stuff. And I don't know.
Because back in the day, like especially during like Mozart and Bach and stuff, there was no visual to go with it. So they had to create the story with the music. The music had to tell a story. Whereas now there's good composers doing classical music, but you sort of have that crutch where it's like the picture that you're writing the music to kind of conveys the story and whatever, and you're just sort of backing it up rather than the full weight of the story being
the song,
on the music.
And on the instrumentation.
Like, those old Christmas songs, they're very similar to like gospel songs.
Mm-hmm.
They have like this they have like similar structure, which is like, I don't know. I just love it because like you know where it's gonna go, and it resolves so naturally. It's just like really nice to listen to. And like popular music almost sounds, it is very simple. Some of it's really complex, like Bruno
Mm.
Mars stuff is really
Yeah.
complex,
Yeah.
but like the majority of it's like super simple. And there's a couple of songs where there's only like one chord,
Mm.
and they just change, you know, or they just
Mm-hmm.
change the note to make it sound like two chords, and like, but the beat is what drives it, and it's
Yeah.
just like
The
It would
beat,
be
the
so
cool, I
lyrics, the
think,
melody.
for a modern, if somebody were to do a Christmas song now, I think it would be cool to kind of write it in a old school way where it's like just piano and vocals and kind of slowed down, because I feel like every modern Christmas song is like a Christmas song but written in whatever pop or like
The
pop, hip hop, or
style of the
rock
moment.
version, like yeah, current modern style. And it'd be cool if to hear somebody write a Christmas song in more of a classical tone. If I had to pick like something that's slightly more modern than those older songs, um, by the way, the other day in the morning on the radio, they were doing some statistics, and I guess White Christmas is the most played Christmas song ever,
I
the
love that
highest
song.
charting.
It was
So good.
written in 1942.
So it's had lots of years to get traction.
Mm-hmm.
But a more modern one I've always liked is I like the Man with All the Toys, the Beach Boys song, because the Beach Boys got killer harmonies.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
And
Let
I
me.
love the little bops they do in between.
I.
He's the man, ha, with all ha, the toys. Da,
Oh
da,
my
da, da.
God.
It's fun.
That is a good fun Christmas song. You know, this conversation sparked me ones that I do not like. I don't like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
I've never heard it.
I think I saw that on TikTok. Is that like an old song?
Oh, it's super old. It's kind of like, Santa Baby, like kind of vocalization like that. Like, um,
Never mind. It was a different song. That's weird.
it's a novelty song. All right. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. Da, 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 da. You never heard that?
I've literally never heard it.
No, this is
Never.
the
Oh
song
my
I'm talking
God.
about. The guy's like, he's like on Jimmy Kimmel or one of those late night talk shows, and he's like, I'm a hungry hippopotamus or something like that. But it was like he was doing it in a comical way, which was a different song.
By the way, Ricky didn't ditch us. His internet crashed.
Oh no.
God.
So
Went
Casey Musgraves put "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas" on her Christmas album. Like a bunch of famous people who do Christmas albums, they use that song. It's probably because it's public domain. Oh God! But every time I hear it, I don't like it at all. Also, Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. At the very next day, you threw it away.
Yeah, I don't like that song either.
I don't like that song.
It's too cheesy.
Sorry.
It's just like,
It's not bad. It's on a Christmas Vacation, I think. It's on that soundtrack.
It's a well-written song. It's just not. I'm not a fan.
Right.
I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas was written and came out in December 1953, and it was recorded by Gayla Peavy, and she was 10 years old. So it's a little girl voice singing it. Sorry, Gayla.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory had a Christmas song, and it was called like Xmas, and it was about his ex-girlfriend or something. But like,
I love
I need
it.
to listen. I need to re-listen to that because I remember it being pretty good.
I think Simple Plan had a Christmas song too. There's a couple like little punk Christmas songs out there. They're not bad.
Yeah, I dig it.
Wow. What was the next topic? Do we have one? Did we already cover like least favorite? Did we say about most favorite Christmas songs? Well, you did all underneath the tree.
Yeah, like I had brought up the topics, best and worst movies and songs. Then the fans asked about, which we did.
We talked about Christmas tree decorations, right?
Oh, and then Karen, he asked if there's any Christmas horror movies that we like, and I don't think there's a ton out there. I mean, I obviously love Krampus, the one that was directed by the guy who did Trick or Treat. That came out like 4 or 5 years ago, and that was really good.
I remember there being like a Frost movie. It was like about a killer Jack Frost.
It's called Jack Frost 2.
It was, yeah, something.
Mm-hmm. It's
and
like a killer snowman.
And then there was another movie where like it was a killer like Santa Claus. And I remember being a little kid and like this like Santa, it was like he took this like naked girl and like hung her on some antlers that were on the wall and just like, here you go. And I was like, oh my God, what am I watching?
And then didn't one of the
yes, Jack Frost
Nightmare on Elm Street take place during Christmas?
He's chilling and
killing.
That one. The tagline is he's chilling and killing. And then it came out in 1997. Jack Frost 2, The Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman. What snowman just melt? So like I just don't get the plot.
That's great.
And he's wearing a sunglasses in a lei, and it says he's chilling and killing again.
Oh,
is this worth watching, you guys? Has anyone? Is it worth watching?
That is so
like
funny.
in a so
like
bad it's good
so
way.
Bad it's good, maybe.
I'm sure Jordan's seen it. I mean, he's seen everything. I've never seen Krampus though.
Krampus is really good. It's got John C. Reilly in it. He's the dad. Or wait, no, the dad is the guy from Anchorman, Champ, or whatever. It's got some good people in it, and oh yeah, the main character is what's his name from Step Brothers, the brother that's kind of a dick.
John C. Reilly?
No, his brother, or Will Ferrell's brother, the one that's a dick, and he's in.
He said somebody on Facebook says Adam Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott. He's the lead character in Krampus, and I like him a lot. But it's directed by the guy who did Trick or Treat, and it's got really good kind of practical effects, and the Krampus creature is actually pretty menacing looking.
Just changing out some kitty litter.
Somebody took a dump.
God.
Then there was
I'm sorry guys, my cat is just out of control.
It's fine.
So annoying.
I felt like there was another Christmas horror. Like I feel like one of the Freddy's or Nightmare on Elm Street kind of took place during Christmas. I mean, I
think you're right.
Edward Scissorhands is more of a comedy, but it's got some like
that's definitely a Christmas movie too.
It's a Christmas movie with like a darker side.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody mentioned it yet.
You know what trips me out is probably the best horror Christmas movie would be Nightmare Before Christmas, because it combined Halloween with Christmas. But
right.
the thing that trips me out is like when Hot Topic became a thing, like how did the whole like aesthetic and fashion of Nightmare Before Christmas just became a thing, and like people were like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna, like it was a thing, it was a fashion thing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Everybody
here?
Looking like Jack Skellington, and
it was the weirdest thing too.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie is pretty creepy,
Well, yeah. It's creepy.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I honestly, it was a good question, but I honestly don't know that many like
Christmas horror movies. I just Googled it and I've never seen any of them. The Lodge? I've never, but it looks cool. It has a cool looking thing. I wonder if it's a good movie. Oh,
You and Jordan should definitely watch Krampus though. Like
Yeah.
I bought it
Dude.
on Blu-ray because I like it.
is
so
it
much.
good?
Someone
Yeah.
should make like a killer Santa. It could be like Santa. You know what I mean? Like a Santa slasher movie.
Yeah.
Be trippy.
Well, Futurama kind of did that. In Futurama, they're always scared during Christmas and you don't want Santa coming to your house. So like everybody locks down their house and puts shutters up because Santa's like a robot and he's like evil and he gives everybody like terrible gifts that are like, you know, exploding or
Gremlins,
will
you
kill you.
guys.
Gremlins is
Yeah,
Christmas movie?
Gremlins.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie. And I guess it kind of qualifies as horror, but more like a comedy.
Okay, so TJ, there's multiple Krampus movies. You just need to make sure you watch the one that's got Adam Scott and Toni Collette. Like I love Toni Collette.
And she's in Krampus?
Yeah, she and Adam Scott are together. They're the mother and
Oh,
father.
okay.
But this is the poster, so
Also,
make sure you do that one and not the other Krampus.
okay. What's the other Krampus? I'm afraid now.
There's some other ones that are they're just B tier bad Krampus movies. One was
somebody-
called Krampus the Christmas Devil.
I think Craig earlier had mentioned that he's obsessed with Anna and the Apocalypse, which I've never seen or heard of, but it is got a good rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's like a zombie Christmas movie.
I feel like I've heard of that one.
A zombie it came out 2007. Anna and the Apocalypse. It's a musical.
Okay, I haven't seen it because I dislike musicals.
Well, it says comedy/musical. A zombie apocalypse threatens a sleepy town of Little Haven at Christmas, forcing Anna and her friends to fight, and sing their way to survival. This actually sounds awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Facing the undead in a desperate race to reach their loved ones. But they soon discover that no one is safe in the new world, and with civilization falling apart around them, the only people they can rely on are each other.
Wait, JT Rocker saying Gremlins is not a Christmas.
Is it
movie.
not? I thought he
think
got
it
the
is.
gremlin for
Christmas.
Christmas.
I don't think it is.
I remember
movie.
Christmas. There's like Christmas lights in it.
Yeah.
Christmas toys.
They play with Christmas stuff. They get into the stuff.
Don't they destroy the tree?
But I
and
don't
all
think
that?
it's like a Christmas themed movie.
Well,
No.
I mean, come on. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Because
Yeah.
Die Hard's not a Christmas themed movie. It's an
exactly, it just
action
takes place
theme.
during Christmas.
Right.
But people call it a Christmas movie. People are like, Die Hard is 100%. So I feel like if you're on that side of the fence, if you're one of the people that says Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then you also have to say that Gremlins is.
I'm one of
because
those
I just-
people.
I-
That's
I-
me.
I-
Like
I
I can watch
disagree.
that movie around. Where's
Because I'm not gonna be like, okay,
it's
it's
Christmas.
Christmas.
Let's put on
Let's watch
Gremlins.
Die Hard.
I
No.
am. I'm that person. When else do you watch Die Hard? Just casually?
Any
When I-
time of the year.
When I want to watch a freaking awesome action movie, like that's when
Why
I'm like, yo,
is
let's
Christmas
put Die Hard
not
on.
the time to do so?
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's not the first thing that I think of when I think of Die Hard. I'm like, yo, let's put on this like.
No,
totally
I mean,
kick-ass
I
movie.
understand Hobby's point because honestly, I'm not in the camp. Like, if people want to call it a Christmas movie, that's fine. I wouldn't consider it though, because to me, what defines a Christmas movie is not the time period within which the film takes place.
I feel like if it
Just because it
happens
takes
on
place-
Christmas, then it's like it's an appropriate movie to watch either around the Christmas time because it's a Christmas party. The whole vibe is Christmas. Like the whole.
But that's not the main
I
point. To me, a
forgot,
Christmas
though.
movie, to me personally, a Christmas movie, the
You
theme is about like, it's always about family and giving and
Die
about
Hard's about
Santa
family.
and about this and that. So it's got to be centralized around Santa Claus and gifts or family and giving. To me, that's a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place during Christmas doesn't, because it's like with Die Hard, beyond the
Oh.
fact that it's like it just happens to be Christmas, they're going to a Christmas party. Christmas is ever mentioned again. It's all about Nakayama Tower going to
like
be destroyed by a terrorist and him trying to beat
he
it.
puts like Christmas lights up on something that he like shows the dude, and then of course at the end there's like a I don't know, they get back together for Christmas. Like and the whole thing happens at the Christmas party. So when you go back to scenes of the people that are captive, there's like Christmas trees and all kinds of Christmas shit around. And they talk about it being Christmas.
Die Hard is technically considered a Christmas movie. But like to the average person like myself, like I don't think of that being like
it's not in the canon of like this is Christmas movies,
Rudolph,
White Christmas and Rudolph and Frosty. It's like Die Hard.
It's
like
not about families getting together and opening up gifts or like it's
like action is the primary genre. Christmas is going to be the secondary genre.
That's fair.
Right.
Now, yes. JT Rock and Roller was on Discord and I was arguing with them about it. And so I asked for a 5-paragraph essay of why it's not.
God dang.
So Soul Queef says Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but not a traditional Christmas movie, so non-traditional Christmas movie. I agree.
Soul Queef.
Soul Queef. Yeah. Sorry. You're never like outliving that name. Okay. Here's JT's thing. If you guys are looking on YouTube, you can kind of read it. I know the comments don't stay up for long. Why Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Just because a movie takes place at Christmas time, this does not automatically make it a Christmas movie. If that were the case, Donnie Darko and E.T. would both be considered Halloween movies. Gremlins would be considered a Christmas movie. I see you're driving my point home because I do consider Gremlins a Christmas movie. Obviously, they are not. Christmas movies fundamentally are tied to the holiday. They either have a storyline that hinges on Christmas or the Christmas season is an integral part of the plot. And then
it's cut off.
Then it's cut off. So we're
that's exactly
I'm looking forward to. Tell me you actually made it.
Like the theme is integral to the plot of the movie.
Okay, that's fair. I would argue maybe I have to rewatch Gremlins, but I thought that Christmas was kind of part of that plot. I also like the idea of E.T. and Donnie Darko being considered Halloween movies. But like on Halloween, what do you watch? You watch Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street.
E.T., even in E.T., it takes place over a long period of time, and just at some point at the end of the movie, it just kind of happens to land on Halloween because that conveniently ends up being their way to get him out and to safety unnoticed. So yeah, I wouldn't consider E.T. I would say E.T. is even less of a Halloween movie than Die Hard being a Christmas movie, because Die Hard the whole movie takes place during like Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Whereas E.T.
on
it's
one
like,
day.
It's a long span, and then just Halloween happens to end up at some point in the movie. And
that's like
it's like saying Darko.
That's like saying, and I've never seen Jaws, but it's like saying Jaws is a oceanic documentary. It's like, no, it just takes place in the ocean, but it's not an oceanic.
Well, here I've got a good example to show the difference. So I feel like, say you compare Die Hard to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The difference is Die Hard all it does is take place during Christmas, but the story and everything else is completely irrelevant to Christmas. Whereas like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you could argue that, oh, it's a comedy, it's about them trying to find a way home, and then but they're getting tripped up along the way. But the main point of that movie is he's trying to get home for Thanksgiving. Like he's on a work trip, he wants to get home to his family and not miss Thanksgiving. So therefore, Thanksgiving becomes the like that's the integral, that's the drive and motivation for the character. So that's kind of the anchor of the story.
Like Home Alone.
Well, the
Planes, Trains-
anchor of Die Hard is that he's like trying to get back with his wife, or they're estranged, or they're whatever. So like, yeah, the holidays. I mean, he doesn't even live. He like flies to be there to like be with her.
You know what?
I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I might be getting my plot wrong. But I'm like, I think it has a little bit to do with it. Why the reason that he like traveled back, or he's trying to reconcile, is because it's
the
Christmas.
reason he's there.
You know why it's tripping everybody up is because it doesn't take place in a home. Most Christmases take place in a home. This one actually takes place.
If it was home for
like,
say he was home for the holidays and their house got invaded by a terrorist or whatever, and they were having a Christmas party and they were all hostages, then that would be a whole different horror movie scenario.
That would be a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But see, it takes place in like some crazy like.
It has a whole other terrorist plot line, like I understand.
Like corporate, anti-corporate.
But they throw some like Christmassy lines in there, you know. So.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a very Christmassy line. The cowboy.
You know what I'm gonna do is this podcast episode, I'm gonna name it "Is Die Hard a Christmas Movie?" and it's gonna be our most listened to episode.
I just love how everyone has an opinion on it. It is like, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I just love getting people like talking about Die Hard, because we had a comment earlier from No Mercy RKR, and they basically were like, you're just a Die Hard fan, and I was like, you're not wrong. So like, of course, to me, I'm gonna like defend it. I think it's one of the best. It's one of my favorite movies. But
I think we can all agree that it's probably the most, like, one of the most badass action.
It's fucking badass
of all time.
And every now when they do any Die Hard franchise movie, I never notice this, but I did a marathon because I bought the DVDs. They all take place on a different holiday. You would never notice that unless you watch them, because I think they like realized that was like a fucking shtick, and they were like, oh, the next one is gonna happen on Easter,
Die
Valentine's
Hard with a
Day.
Vengeance, I think, was on 4th of July.
Yeah.
The most recent one was
on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they try, like I will say I wasn't like a massive fan of it. Like I know his daughter is like older and she was a big part of the plot line. It happened in a different country or whatever. There was some badass action moments in it though. Like there's a moment where like this helicopter like fucking explodes. It was like fucking badass, but it wasn't like plot wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Action movies and action movies and like those rom-com whatever Hallmark Channel holiday movies, they're those movies that you 100% know what's going to happen, but like you still fucking watch it anyway, and you love it to see the shit explode.
What I've noticed is that it's always the movies that are over budget and they're like halfway through the shoot and they're like, how are we going to finish this movie? Like those are the movies that are like the most badass, because like they somehow, against all odds, they find a way. Like Home Alone was one of them.
Yeah, I think Die
Hard was one of them.
Jurassic Park was one of them too.
Yeah, they're just like, this movie's getting made if we have to like.
Well, because people believe in it so wholeheartedly. Like the crew, the writers, the staff, the producers, they're like, dude, this is going to be amazing. Like I feel like there's a point in the movie where you kind of know something special is happening.
The perfect example, Back to the Future was over budget. They had basically filmed all the acting scenes with another actor other than Michael J. Fox, but the writers originally wanted Michael J. Fox, but they couldn't get him because he was on the TV show and there was some conflict of interest. And so they had filmed basically the whole movie with this other actor, and they did not like his performance. They didn't like how he portrayed
Really?
McFly.
There was a
And
different
so
Marty
they were,
McFly? What?
yeah, there was a completely
When did
different.
you
And
what
it's
when did
it's
you
in the
learn
movies
this?
that made
Movies that
it's
made
in the
us?
movies made us.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch that
And they
one.
were basically almost done, and they were just like, they went to the production company and they're like, we can't do this. We don't like it. We need Michael J. Fox. And so they had to reshoot all of McFly's scenes with Michael J. Fox. But there's actually, if you watch the movie, there are some scenes that have the other actor that are just like scenes from like behind the head or whatever.
No way.
That they didn't reshoot to save money.
Dude,
But that
that
was
guy
a film
must
that
be
was already over
so.
budget.
How do you think that guy feels?
I don't know.
I wonder if he was somebody
they
who
made it
ended
seem
up.
like he didn't even really want to be there or something. Like he wasn't passionate about it, clearly. Like if he was, they probably would have kept him on.
Yeah, but like, look at the success of that movie. Do you think that guy sits at home alone, being like, "Why the fuck didn't I try harder on that movie? Like I could be a
One of the most
millionaire."
interesting parts was what's his name who plays his dad in it. The weird dude. He was bizarre, like on set. They're like he was like super weird about like how he filmed, and there were moments where he was like, hey, I want to go through the window through into the diner because my character wouldn't go through doors. And they're like, you need to walk through the doors. The scene, you're walking into the diner. And he's just like, no, my character wouldn't do that. He wouldn't go through and they had to like basically just like berate him into doing things, like with a scene where Marty's with him out in front of their house and he's like prepping him on how he's gonna like win Elaine over by beating up Biff. He kept pacing in and out of frame, and they're like, you know, you need to stop, you need to be in this area so that you're in frame. And he was just like refusing. He was just like, no, my character, I'm anxious, I'm going to do this, and he wouldn't take direction at all. So they built the landscaping. They built up the landscaping in a small box so that he couldn't walk beyond.
Wow.
They basically created barriers just to keep him in frame. Like he was apparently a nightmare to work with, like as if he were some like famous, incredible actor.
I mean, he's pretty famous now.
He's
Which
really good in that.
Crispin Glover.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
He's an odd one. He's an eccentric person.
I've seen him in interviews. He's so weird. So weird.
Yeah, he's eccentric. I love people like that, though. I want to get back to a couple of the comments before we wrap up. Thank you, JT, for the lovely essay. It just keeps going and going. I love it. Christmas movies are fundamentally tied to the holiday. They either have a storyline that hinges on Christmas or the Christmas season is a part of the plot. In Die Hard, the Christmas party taking place in the Nakatomi Plaza is just an excuse to have a group of people there at night who can be held hostage. And yes, the same can be said about Donnie Darko and E.T. That's the point. All of these films take place on holidays that are interchangeable with other seasons. They could have easily been generic costumes and birthday parties. I guess that's a big point. He's like, well, it just happened to be a Christmas party. It could have been any other holiday. It could have been any other
New
party.
Year's party.
Yeah.
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 New Year's. It would have been
It
like
would be the same movie. Yeah. Movies like Elf and Christmas Story are good examples of Christmas being very important to the story. If one were to swap You're making some very great points. I will say, if I was like grading this essay, I'd be like, okay, this is great. Leading into the next, like a good argumentative essay. I'm loving this. Jordan is Jordan's taking an English class right now. So like, I have to listen to all his seminars about argument writing and like all the things. And he has me like proofread his papers and shit. So you're doing very well. A+. Movies like Elf and Christmas Story are good examples of Christmas being very important to the story. If one were to swap Christmas for Halloween or Independence Day, there wouldn't be much of an impact. Out of place, Elf in New York helping Santa and saving Christmas, or a kid obsessed with getting a BB gun. All these clearly show that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I guess Independence Day, I mean, outside of the name and then teeing him up for that speech at the end, really, it could have taken place at any point in the year. It's just an alien invasion movie.
This is Valentine's Day.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
isn't just
Do you
our
Independence
Valentine's
Day? I
Day,
don't
it's
watch
the world's.
like Independence Day. You don't just watch on. I would never think of that as a 4th of July movie. Like,
But I mean, it's like it could like I'm seeing what he's saying is like people could twist it that way, like they do with Die Hard, because it's literally called Independence Day,
yeah,
and it takes place during 4th of July
it has
because
like
he does the whole speech.
there's a few like America first kind of like nobody can fuck with us. But also the aliens are all over the world at the same time. But of course America figures it out first.
Well, the
It's
whole
an
point
alien
is,
movie.
but that's the
It's
whole
an alien
point
movie
is
though. Yeah, you're right. I don't think of that
There's no way.
as a
No.
4th of July movie. It's not about a 4th of
Right.
July picnic.
On the
They talk
on
about
the
it a little bit.
on
no,
the
but I'm saying the
VHS
point
on the
of the reason they
VHS
put it
there's
on.
a UFO.
Yeah, well, that was my point. Is that movie could take place any time of the year and still be the same
Dude,
movie, the same as Die Hard could, but they purposely put it on 4th of July so that he could have that speech where it's Independence Day, it's America 4th of July, and his speech is saying, hey, you know what? Today we're not just celebrating America's independence, we're celebrating the independence of the world from this alien invasion. Like, it's no longer just Independence Day is no longer 4th of July is no longer for America.
Just
it's
America's
for the world.
Independence
Yeah.
Day from
This
aliens.
is not just Father's Day. This is Father's Day for the world.
Yes. Shout out to Josh Hoover that was listening to us earlier today and says, your music helps me get through my bad days. And yeah,
That's
we love you
awesome.
too, Josh. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
Shout out to Josh, the drummer. TND.
Yeah.
He's out there
Not
somewhere.
Josh
Also,
Perot,
they
though.
asked where they could buy the Nearly Dead's t-shirt, which we need to talk about revamping our merch and possibly I found out from my dad there's a way that we could like sell our stuff on Amazon and then we ship it worldwide, like everything. I think maybe it's time to reevaluate our relationship with the merch now because they like print whenever somebody orders something, but I think they have to have a certain number until they like make them. I don't really know.
No, they print to order.
Yeah. So you could go to merch now. So the nearlydeads.merchnow.com, merchnow.com. So that is where you can buy stuff from us. I think there's records.
Yeah, it's no different
t-shirts.
than Amazon. We just need to actually upload designs because
Yeah,
all
yeah.
they have are like 2 or 3 really old designs.
Yeah. No, don't we have the revenge t-shirts? No?
I don't even think. I think maybe the revenge shirt is up there. It's like that, and then there's just like this old blue cat one from like
A long
it's
time
a
ago, like
girl
9 years ago.
t-shirt, and then the one with like Invisible Night lyrics on it. And those are like the only 3 shirts that are up there.
There's one with like Brave.
So we need to we need to
Oh, yeah, there's a dad hat on there. There's the cat shirt and the Brave shirt. Why isn't the revenge shirt on there?
The
That's
bigger
weird.
question is, why don't I have the dad hat?
Oh, you can buy one at the nearlydads.merchnow.com. But there's, I guess, I think with Amazon, you have to like physically ship them like the merchandise, but then they handle everything and then they let you know if you're low on stock and then you send more.
Yeah, see, I like merch now, just doing everything. I don't want to.
Or maybe
shirts.
Amazon.
I don't want to ship anything.
Amazon might do print on demand. I'm not really sure if they do yet, but anywho, bye to AS Darker. I know you guys she's in Belgium, so like it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. So we appreciate you late night owls. Sarah Staggs on here wanted to say hey to you. Shout out for sure. Oh yeah, we want Josh's opinion on Die Hard. Josh didn't get to join in the debate.
That's fine.
Our Josh.
Perone?
Yeah, he doesn't know much about movies or things. He's not even really into movies, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll try to upload some more t-shirt designs by the end of the year. We are working on a new album. If we have time to upload some new graphics, maybe we should just
honestly,
pay
I still have a lot of those older designs.
Put the angler
I'll
one
see
up.
if
That one is always so cool. If you still have it.
yeah, I think so. I'll send you guys pictures if you're all cool. That I'll reach out to merch now and be like, hey, can I just send you some more designs to pop up there and see what they say?
Yeah. No, I do it. Do whatever, and then yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
Well, are there any final thoughts before we wrap up tonight's stream?
We've got one more next week. That's our last one for the year.
Stay tuned for TJ's Christmas song exclusive on Patreon, and then Javi will probably also do one that will go to the producers.
Yeah.
So it'll be a Christmas themed
month.
And I've got I was in the studio doing the preliminary mix of Fact and Friction. I'm supposed to have like a first full mix by the end of the week, so the patrons should have that the Fact and Friction reanimated before the end of the year.
Nice.
So there's some content.
I'm making it my personal duty to like finish lyrics for the new songs by the end of the year. So I'm giving myself sort of like a timeline. So I would.
Man, that's a lot of songs.
We have more done than I think you think we do.
Oh, we just haven't. The band hasn't heard them yet. You've just got them done in your head.
I've got them mostly done. Yeah, I didn't have time today to do what I was going to do, which was finish this Josh's song.
Mm-hmm.
So that, the one that like Javi just sent to us, I like immediately had an idea for, so I started working on it. I have a chorus. I don't have verses yet, but that's kind of how the process goes. It like something will click with me and I'll be like, like I rarely just
we need to hear your new song too, because we've got 9 songs. We need a number 10 for the album. So
I don't know. Just be kind when you hear it.
Okay. And then
it's not like a normal TND song.
Might throw Watch Your Back on the album.
I think we should put Watch Your Back on the album because I want to make a video for it.
I'll like top it off to 11 tracks.
So
like the bonus.
I feel like the 2 song, because we already had that song Suffocating like completely finished. Like there was another song that I think I wrote that is completely done. Or no. Redemption. That one's completely done. I did finish it.
Okay. So you got the second verse?
I got the second verse and it's badass and I love it. So I was like, yay. But I haven't like re-recorded it yet, but it sounds really good because didn't Josh just send us a new version with drums? I don't know.
Yeah, it's all up on, they're all up. All the latest versions are all up on SoundCloud, which the patrons can listen to now.
Ooh,
nice. We've been posting them up there, so all our patrons can kind of listen to the process.
You should post it to the Facebook. Post it to the Facebook page so people can find it, because otherwise the link is like in the very first email they get on Patreon.
Okay, yeah, and I've posted it on the Discord before, so yeah, all the instrumentals are there. So those are the latest, and then when you record them, send them to me so I can mix them into the track and do a rough mix, because we'll basically all our patrons will be able to hear the album before it's even recorded, because it'll all be like the rough demos that we have that they'll be able to listen to that we're gonna submit to the producer. So yeah, and you've got the Coming Home song that you pretty much had lyrics done.
That one was done.
I think it needed like a bridge.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like some of that stuff is always like we can come up with something in the studio in the moment, or maybe there's a guitar solo that needs to live there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like some of it I'm not really like, I try not to be too married to the ideas, because I think I used to be like that in the past, and it was like, so I just let things go now. Like
as long as you have 2 verses and a chorus,
so much more
the meat. That's the meat there.
Yeah.
Meat and potatoes, and
not everything needs a bridge. Not everything needs me to be singing over the whole song.
No, for sure. That song though, it's a long bridge. There's a solo before that.
But the 2 that I haven't started are Javi song and the the battle song and the march song, that song, those are the ones that are kind of like tripping me up just because they're so good. I just need to land on a theme. And Steve had sent me some lyric ideas as well and some ideas, so that's kind of like helping. But I just
or throwing you off completely.
no, I like to hear, because I get kind of like set into a melody idea and I find it hard to like defer from that after that initial idea. Like you need something to shake you out of it and be like, try something different because it's just not working.
Oh,
Well,
I hope you're not referring to my ideas based off of melody. I was thinking more theme, lyrics, and cadence because I don't have the melody or range that you have.
you know what? Something that helped me out, like just blurt whatever your ideas are out, and then just send them to me, and like I may catch something that you may not have even thought of, because
Mm-hmm.
that's something that helped me out, was blurting it out to John Joseph, and he was like, "Hey, you kind of were lazy here on this line or something."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Oh shit,"
Well,
and it made me think twice about what I was doing.
I expect you guys to be doing that with everything that I've sent you so far, but you guys never critique or say anything, and I would like you to. So if you listen to what I've sent you so far, I'm open to suggestions and to changing those lyrics. You know what I mean? So you
Right.
guys are
Well,
always
so
welcome to
far
do
I've
that.
only heard Redemption and Coming Home, and I'll have to listen to them again, but I'm pretty sure I liked everything that was there.
Yeah, but
So
that's why I send you guys the demos, because I'm like, I want to hear your opinion, either like a thumbs up, this is good direction, thumbs down, this is cliche or whatever. Um,
I really liked Coming Home a lot. I think it's good.
Thanks.
Very
Yeah.
catchy.
I
It's
forgot
fun
already,
theme.
but see, I have a little bit more finished than I feel like we think. Those two songs that I just mentioned, I feel like are the main two I don't have like anything for quite yet, besides just like a melody that I know works. That's how my brain works when I write. I hear like the melody I want to, and then I have to find words to fit it, which that's easy. But finding profound words or meaningful, impactful words to fit it, that's the challenge. Because then you're locked into like a certain number of syllables, and then you just end up singing the same thing over and over again. And I don't know. I just wish I had a bigger vocabulary sometimes. I feel like
The way I see it is I wouldn't get so wrapped up or concerned in it being like whatever profound or artistic or this is that. The way I see it is if you're conveying the message that you want to say and it's catchy, that's all that matters.
Well, but like that message, deciding on a message is also very difficult for me, because it could go like 1,000 ways. It could be a love song, a breakup song, a song about the world or the economy, or like a take on, I don't know, like what I'm going through in my life. You know what I mean? It just could be, it could go so many different ways. Like I guess decision fatigue is maybe what I'm suffering from. I like Javi's song is so beautiful, and I'm like, well, do I want this to be a sad song, or do I want it to be like a happy love song? Like I know, like I want it to be a song that like could be somebody's daddy daughter dance, or someone's first dance with the person that they're marrying, or like that kind of, like, this is one of those like classic songs because it just has that vibe to it. But like trying to figure out, because there's some songs that do it very well, that they're love songs without being love songs. So if you wanted to be like, oh, this reminds me of my father or my mother or my sister, like it
That's
could.
kind of like the lyric ideas I sent you. That's exactly sort of the idea in my head. Is it's the theme that I had in my head is life is fun, but it's things in life are fun, but they're better with you. Like
Yeah.
having you around, it's better, and that can be anybody. That can be a friend, that can be a family
Yeah.
member, or also that life is tough, but it's easier to get through with you. So it's more of a like a relationship kind of camaraderie thing, but that would work between any relationship, friendship, parent, lover, whatever. You know, we're
So
all going on this journey, but the journey is much better having you around or having somebody
What are
at
you
your
gonna
side.
say, Javi?
did you ever hear that song Yesterday by the Beatles? So for the longest time, like Paul McCartney in interviews, he would be like, "Oh yeah, that was just the song that was, it went like, yesterday I had eggs and toast for breakfast or something like that." And like the rest of the guys in the Beatles would make fun of him because that's what the song was. It was like just this generic, like really stupid, lighthearted bullshit. But then eventually, like he changed it into this like profound, like when I first heard the song, I
Yeah.
remember just like being like jolted. I was like, holy shit, this is such a deep, profound song. And it was like, but when you know the origins and it started out as like this stupid, like eggs and toast thing, it was like, oh, like, so I don't know. I'm just all that just to say, like, just throw some shit out there, and you never know what those beginning ideas might
Yeah.
spark. You know what I mean?
Or actually, I have a really good story. The opposite of that, which this was kind of towards my point that like not everything has to be, the most original or philosophical or whatever. I heard the funniest thing. So Kelly Clarkson on her show, she interviewed Dave Grohl,
I
and
saw that. Yeah.
she was talking to Dave Grohl, and she was talking about the song "Learn to Fly," and she's like, "I really love this song," and she starts going into this, and she's like, "I love how how you are with words and how you're able to like." It's uplifting, but you're taking like a darker theme to it as well, and there's this heartache, and she's just like breaking it down what she's getting out of this song. And then she finishes, and Dave Grohl looks at her and he kind of laughs, and he's like, I hate to burst your bubble, but when I wrote this song, I just wanted to be a pilot. It's about being a pilot, an airplane pilot, is what the song's about. And so, yeah, she was just like, "What?" and starts laughing because she thought it was this whole like big, like deep metaphorical thing about blah blah blah,
Look into
and
the sky to
yeah,
save me.
yeah. He's like, "I
Yeah.
just
Looking
wanted
for
to
a
learn to
sign of
fly."
life.
Yeah,
Wow. I
he
love
just
it.
wanted to be a pilot. So
I'll be
it's
right
like,
back, y'all.
yeah, I mean, sometimes and and I can understand like when JK, our producer, would kind of steer us out of cheese factor stuff. But to me, I don't know. In my mind, I don't really care if something's cheesy or quote unquote cheesy. I'm like, if it conveys the message, if it tells the story, it's getting the point across, and it's catchy and it's hooky and it sticks in people's head. Who cares if it's cheesy or simple or whatever? Like, people are it people are going to remember it, and they're going to feel something from it. Like, you know, but I mean, I get that there's a fine line. There's a difference between cheesy, just kind of
Cliche. Like
like,
I
yeah,
try like I
cliche is fine.
cliche is like I really cannot write anything that I feel like sounds like a cliche. That's where I land most of the time, and that's why I don't like half the things I write, because I'm like, Javi said it really perfectly when John Joe said that's lazy, because that is what it feels like. It's like, oh, it sounds really good to rhyme, you know, whatever, breathe with believe or whatever, like cliche. So it sound like you're like, oh, I'm on a roll. I'm like writing, but it's like lazy writing. Like these things have been said 1,000 different times by 1,000 different people. Like that's not going to get anybody to relate to your song either. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of striving for greatness.
No, no, no. I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying
Are we
if
still live?
if
Yeah,
you
for right now.
if you
We're going to
are
end soon.
yeah, I'm not
We're
at
over
all
time.
saying that you shouldn't
No
strive
worries.
for greatness. I'm just saying if you have something and it works and you like it, don't I don't think it's necessary to strip it just because you think it's been done or it's not original
Yeah.
enough or it's not
Yeah.
flowery or wordy enough.
Yeah.
If it sounds good and it's getting your point across, I don't think it needs to be overthought.
Yeah,
it doesn't
like
need
that
to be.
song I wrote that you call it the coming home song. I'm coming home. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
I'm like, that to me is like the one cliche I'm allowed to have in the song, because there's 1,000 songs that say I'm coming home, and I'm just like, well, what does that mean for me? Like, what's my take on it? And that's where I went with the rest of the song, because no matter what, that melody, and those words and those lines, the way that went, I was like, that's a hook. I cannot stop singing this. This needs to be what is said right there, like that. And I wrote it like driving in the car, so then there's the driving references in the song or whatever. So it's kind of like, that's what I vibe on, like whatever I'm doing in the moment. I'm just like, I'm driving,
That song makes me picture, like, I felt like it was you on tour,
Yeah.
like just being on the road is what I pictured in my mind.
Yeah. It's like, that's what I want to do. Like, that's home, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
cool.
But
so we actually ended with like a good 20-minute long discussion about the new album. Wow. Okay. So thank you to all the people who are still watching. We appreciate you guys. And you, obviously, we could not make this new album without you guys. All of our Patreon support is going directly to fund this new album. So if you have not signed up already and you want some cool extras and perks and even more crazy access to us, because we are just so chill with that, join the Patreon, patreon.com/thenearlydeads. And thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week. It's our last one for the whole year. And I want to talk about our favorite alien movies. I forgot to say it earlier when I was talking about Independence Day. I was like, oh, we should totally have a thing where we just talk about alien movies. But that's not very Christmassy, but
who cares? I'm
cares?
about it.
Yeah. Favorite I think alien
collection.
movies for next week.
All right.
All right,
I'm down.
guys. And